Well, Milwaukee ended up being just north of some very nasty weather that impacted the Chicago area this evening. And we are going to be on the receiving end of what is left of those thunderstorms early tomorrow morning. So lots to get to as far as our forecast goes. We are seeing these live pictures coming in from Chicago. I'm assuming that that's where this is from because of the thundery lightning in the distance and whatnot. So our sister station in Chicago has been on the air for the last couple of hours tracking these thunderstorms that were moving from west to east. They had at one point 10 tornado warnings that included downtown Chicago and all of Cook County. There are multiple reports of observed tornadoes and then confirmed tornadoes on the ground via radar and spotters, including O'Hare Airport and Midway Airport. And as mentioned, the leftovers of all of that will be coming our way for tomorrow morning. We'll have another round of pop-up showers and storms possible in the afternoon hours. Temperatures in the 70s, still very muggy to get you going out the door. We'll make it into the mid, maybe upper 80s tomorrow afternoon, dependent upon how much sunshine we get. But as far as our local weather impacts, the daybreak showers will be with us, and then that next round starts to creep up in the heat of the day and in the afternoon with a pop-up thunderstorm chances. We are not anticipating severe weather, but there's the complex as it was racing across northern sections of Illinois at about 40 miles per hour or so. It is just absolutely cranking out the winds, 70, 80, 90, 100 mile per hour winds within these storms. This is what was hitting the ground. And then along the line, they had spin-ups that were also being produced, and those tornadoes prompting those 10 warnings. Literally the entire line was a tornado warning at one point. That is now moved into Gary, Indiana. Will continue toward the South Bend area. There are two particular cells that are out over the lake right now that are still spinning, but really you can see where the impacts are being felt the greatest right now with South Bend going under a tornado warning, and then now the city of Gary coming out of a tornado warning. But this will continue to move to the east. One thing to note is that it's becoming a little bit more diffuse looking. We had a very narrow knife edge kind of line of thunderstorms that moved into Chicago. Now things are beginning to spread out, and through the rest of the night that trend is expected to continue. So there's our complex, and watch how it just kind of washes out here as we get past the midnight hour. And this is one of the things that nighttime cooling will help with, but then it's also just a matter of it's getting away from its source region, and it's also just starting to rain itself out. The energy just not quite as good, but we may still have a few cells that make it through central Ohio in the early morning tomorrow, and we could have a few scattered showers or rumbles of thunder in the morning. I wouldn't count that out at all. In the afternoon then, what's left of that energy still has to make its way through, and it does look like we'll have some scattered shower or thunderstorm chances heat of the day and into the evening. Tomorrow night then, that begins to move out, and then we start to eyeball the actual cold front that will be coming in. This may pop another line of showers and thunderstorms for Wednesday for us. That is ahead of the cooler, drier air that will be very welcome in the area. As a matter of fact, our dew points, which have been in the upper 60s throughout the day today, will be dropping, and by Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, very comfortable, very great conditions. So those of you who have been complaining that the weekends have just not been working out, next weekend looks like it is going to be fantastic for us. Here's your National Designer hour-by-hour forecast. Midnight temperatures, we're still holding in the upper 70s. A few scattered showers, maybe rumbles of thunder in the early morning, a possibility. Please don't count that out. I think that is going to be a possibility for us. The good news is by the time mid to late morning gets going, the sun should pop back out, and that's going to start some heating. That's going to trigger more shower and thunderstorm development, but it just looks like they'll be scattered at this point. Afternoon highs probably stretching into the upper 80s across the entire area, and we have all that humidity, so it's going to feel more like it's about 90 degrees or so. Here's the forecast then. Your Medina Country Club outlook is taking temperatures down even into the 70s by Thursday. Friday we start to warm things up, and look at that, summer perfection for the weekend. Lots of sunshine, just a few clouds on Sunday then, with temperatures in the low 80s, and we will hold right there in the low 80s for most of next week.